Cancer, this rarely ever happens to me when I do my weekly Zodiac tarot readings for y'all, but I had such a powerful channeled message that came forward to you guys today, Cancer. You guys are going to be receiving, it was like download, the best way I can describe this, Cancer, is like downloads of knowledge, downloads of inspiration. I keep on being shown like the magician card, and it's like the magician card is like a vessel. You are the magician right now, where it's like you're able to manifest the reality that you see in this world, Cancer, but you're getting that divine inspiration. That's why you'll see with the magician card. I should have just gotten the magician out so I could show you, Cancer. The magician has one hand up above where you're getting that divine knowledge, that divine inspiration. Some people will call that like your intuition, for example, Cancer. Like, pay attention. Your thoughts probably already have started this week about different ideas that have been popping up. I really feel like you've been getting a lot of breadcrumbs, and not just in like repetitive numbers and stuff. Sure, you might have been seeing that recently, Cancer, but I feel like you're even like your feed when you're on your phone, when you're around people, Cancer, like you're getting constant like inspiration for what to be doing next here. All right, and so I feel like Spirit is really going to be instilling to you some really powerful ideas that will be just really profitable for you should you take the time to really invest into it. I'm still trying to find the magician card here for you, Cancer, but how are you doing? Let me introduce myself, darling. I know I came in here pretty strong, but my name is SimplyVelca, and I am here. I'm a tarot reader. My tarot readings are a little bit different from others, Cancer, in that, well, yes, I'll talk about the good things that are coming into your life. I like to provide a little bit of a blueprint of what's going on for you, so you know what's going on, what you could pull back from, what you should put more energy into, how to go from point A in your life to point B through tarot readings. All right, and so let's get into this. If I sound like the type of tarot reader for you, darling, then let's just go, darling. All right, so this magician card, this card doesn't have it nearly as well in the Rider Waite tarot, which I guess let me just get that for you, Cancer, and I'll still continue talking about what it was I was getting instilled by. I just really feel perfect. We'll just do this right here, Cancer. So if you look closely at the magician, you have one hand, which is actually the actual wand, right? And wands represents that fire energy, that passion. And so whatever ideas that are good inspiration that is coming to you at this time is associated with something that stirs your heart. So what stirs my heart is spirituality, being able to help give people perspective, help people, but also educate people from an approachable place. And so if I actually am a Cancer rising now that not me realizing just now. So I was about to say, now since I have a Cancer rising here, I would associate this and be like, all right, whatever ideas that come forward to me, it's going to be through that in that vein. All right, something that drives me, but just because it's from the collective, your spiritual team, it serves a greater purpose. All right, and this is what I feel like is happening for you, and you're going to be seeing signs in just all different ways. Maybe it's like through a video that pops up and really inspires you to start your own business. Whatever the case is, Cancer, your spiritual team is just really trying to make it apparent to you right now because you're in this hermiting phase. All right, you're in this hermit phase. I have your Celtic cross laid out here, by the way, Cancer. You're in this hermit phase where you have been doing a lot of personal research. When I see this, Cancer, I'm not really worried about you feeling depressed, or you could be. I don't know your tea like that. But when I hold this here, I feel like even if you are depressed, like you're making it productive in the sense of you're reading good books, you're educating yourself, Cancer, and the opportunity that's going to be coming towards you is this Knight of Wands. This opportunity that's, again, we talk about that wands, darling, where it talks about like your passion, so on and so forth. Even in the back of the deck, Cancer, for this deck has the Page of Wands. I was looking at the table, it's like, oh, let me point this out to you. So it's like your message keeps on really drilling into this point of this fiery energy. You could also, I want to just be making it known, due to all this fiery energy, maybe you have it in your chart. That is the case. Maybe check out your sun, moon, rising, your big three, so you have a better understanding. But also for some of you, you could be just around like a fire energy at this time, because just due to all this fiery energy that I'm noticing. Regardless of the case here, Cancer, whatever opportunity that comes forward to you is going to be something that kind of pushes you outside. And I know this already, Cancer, for especially when you're in that hermiting phase, you don't really want to talk to people. You really don't want to be seen. When you go grocery shopping, you're wearing the hoodie and you just don't want to be seen and noticed by people here. But I really do want to point this out to you, where it's just, this is like a time where you don't really want to deny plans of going out and stuff like this. All right, this is the type of energy where if you do subscribe to the thought process of like miracles, where it's just like kind of like this sense of where it's, oh, what are the chances that this would happen type of thing. I feel like we've all had those moments in our life where it's just like, oh my gosh, what is the chance that this happened to us, type of thing, like winning the lottery. Obviously, I'm not saying, Cancer, you're about to be winning the lottery, so don't be like taking that in literal sense, but you get the point here. Whatever the case is, there's about to be a big life-changing event that happens here with this Hanged Man. This like something, it's the best way that I could describe this, Cancer, is like the ball's about to be dropping. All right, but in a good way. All right, in a good way. I see for you, Cancer, especially in your past, like you have been in this like really reclused state and just like really educating yourself. Have you recently been like inspired of, have you been like, for example, like if you've been wanting to do like a YouTube channel, Cancer, have you been like looking up a bunch of videos of how to do? I feel like you guys have already started immersing yourself and following like a little bit of a breadcrumb trail about what you could be doing. Maybe you've been wanting to move to Vermont. It's something that I feel like you've already started taking some type of action on and educated yourself on. And now it's just this sense of waiting for the right moment for that page of wands to pop up for you, because the back of the deck energy, I don't think I even talked about it too deeply, Cancer, but the back of the deck energy represents or like what you don't see coming. So to have the page of wands, pages represents new energy, Cancer, and then you put that wand there, darling, right? That wand, you know how this is all following together, darling. Now even, you know, that wand, even the Knight of Wands is holding it here, and there's still more wands to come in your tarot reading. Right, and what's coming forward to you, Cancer, it's the opportunity to just really change things up in your life, very opposite of that hermit energy. All right, and so I feel like if you are able to overcome like the initial like antisocial aspect that you're feeling right now, or just not really wanting to be out there, you have the opportunity to vastly change your life, Cancer. All right, leaning more into this fiery energy. You have the Sun card that has possibilities, clarity coming into your life, and just overall abundance. This is a sense of where I feel like for you, Cancer, if you were to really plant these seeds, it's like you have all these seeds that are being presented out in front of you. And each of these seeds, if you were to tend to those seeds and go out of your way and try to make something grow out of it, even though it might make you a little bit uncomfortable, even though it might challenge your imposter syndrome, even though you want to just stay inside and have the blackout curtains rolled up and then be watching Netflix, ordering some food online, right? Even through all of that, Cancer, you still choose to follow the breadcrumb, right? And the Three of Wands coming in here, whereas this is why I so confidently know for a fact, like, you have been seeing the signs. All right, the Three of Wands is this card where it's just like you see the signs, you can't really deny anymore about what it is that you should be doing or meant to be doing. You just have to take the leap of faith, right? As like an example, like people have there's millions of business ideas that come up in people's heads every single day, but the amount of people that actually will take action on those businesses, I think I heard it was like 10%, right? And so it's just like taking the first step, as corny as it sounds, is really all it takes. Taking the first step of uploading that first YouTube video is all it takes, and then you just do it again and again. It costs nothing. And so I feel like that's the part or point of where you're at right now, of where I see for you right now, Cancer. Yes, you might be having these ideas. You might be having like the internal thoughts currently where you're just like, Velka, like I have these ideas, but how do I know they would be profitable? You can't. And I know that might not be something you want to hear from your tarot reader, but it's like there is always going to be some inherent type of risk when you take action with something, when you invest in something. Investing just naturally comes with its own risks. All right, but you have to trust that your spiritual team has your back here. All right, the Four of Wands, where your current trajectory is going right now, Cancer, it's taking you to the place of where you're meant to be at, and you're going to be meeting some people along the way, part of your soul tribe along the way there. All right, so you just have to trust the process. All right, and your outcome position, Cancer, even in your outcome position, we have the Emperor card. The Emperor card is someone that is standing in their own authority, Cancer, someone who a lot of eyes are on them because of what the Emperor does, what the Emperor is leading with. All right, and so I really feel like for you, Cancer, at this time, you have such a potential to really create something big in your life, to really something that you could put your name to and be proud of, that people would look at, that even you would be looking at, be like, what are the chances this has happened to me? This is a miracle. That's exactly what the words I feel like you would be saying to yourself should you choose to take the risk. All right, and as I said beforehand, there's going to be some inherent risk. As the Hanged Man doesn't know it's going to work out until they're on the other side of it. All right, and so that's how, like, what it is that you need to remind yourself with here, Cancer. All right, there's always going to be some inherent risk with anything. Anyone that starts a business is taking a risk. All right, and so let's get some final thoughts for you, Cancer, before I have you send you off on your way. All right, if you did enjoy this tarot reading, be sure, Cancer, to book a private reading with me on my website only, SimplyVelca.com, if you want more clarity. But final thoughts. Okay, this makes sense here. Five of Pentacles coming in, Page of Cups, and then the King of Wands here, Cancer. All right. Notice another card where you're sitting on a throne. Page of Cups represents new people, but new opportunities coming in here. And then the Five of Pentacles, Cancer. Don't let your imposter syndrome get in the way, and don't let your fear of abandonment also get in the way here, or the fear of failure. All right. Or the fear of where, like, you're, it's almost the sense of where maybe you want to just describe yourself as insecure, Cancer, but like when you have a bunch of eyes on you, you're afraid of what those eyes will actually see. I'm getting deep now, Cancer, huh? Yeah, that's the tarot reading that I have for you today, Cancer. All right. Really just grab up at the opportunities at this time. I really can't stress it enough. Like, I feel like like by the time summer hits, if you were to really continue tending to these seeds here, like something beautiful will absolutely be sprouting by the time summer starts. This is all very forward energy. This is not some type of energy that we're just grasping at, being like, oh, if you were to live up to your potential, Cancer, in 6 months, darling, you might have something. Like, no, this is based off of all this fire energy, especially. This is something that's already in the action, all right, and already happening fast. And so just ask yourself, how can you channel more of this magician energy? Maybe you should look a little bit more into the lore of the magician. You might identify with them. But that's the weekly tarot reading that I have for you today, Cancer. Hopefully something in here resonated with you. Again, you already know what to do, darling, if you want a private reading with me, and I'll connect to you later, darling. Bye, Cancer.